Following failed action by West Midlands police in Coventry to make any kind of difference or prevent knife and drug crime in the area, a group of local vigilantes have formed to tackle the problem themselves. Now, I don't really think these are vigilantes, by the way. I just wanted to see your face when I start talking about people protecting their communities like the mainstream media would. Residents in Foleshill say they have simply had enough after watching the area descend into what they're calling a hotbed of crime, saying that police have done very little to prevent rising levels of crime, that they don't seem interested, and there is very little police presence. The patrols began after dark last week in response to 3 stabbings in just 10 days and a series of knife-point robberies, including one where a 13-year-old girl had a knife held to her throat. I think Smudge wants to get in on the action. The leader of the patrol group, who wanted to stay anonymous, said, "We are all local. We have all lived here all our lives. We've seen the area descend into a hotbed of crime, drug use, drug dealing, and we've simply had enough. Our families live here, including elderly parents, children, nieces, nephews, etc. Some of our loved ones have been victims, and the police have done very little to stop the rising levels of crime. They don't seem interested. There's almost no police presence here." He added, "There is a particular areas where we feel we need to focus on, as there has been people mugged at knife point in recent weeks. There has also been drug deals done regularly, and we try to move these guys on. The police don't seem interested. There's about 10 to 12 of us. We split up in 2 groups, and we'll walk around the areas around the community trying to spot any trouble. People know the area is being patrolled, but we try to keep a low profile. The authorities have not only done nothing to deal with the rising crime rates, but have contributed to it by placing vulnerable adults, drug addicts and alcoholics right in the heart of our community. There's been 3 stabbings in the past few weeks. There's been several children mugged at knife point in the last few days. Crime is getting out of control. Someone had to do something, so we as a community have decided we need to do this." The group have said that there's a number of reasons there has been an increase in crime. You have no facilities for the young, youth centres were closed down, so these youths have nothing to do, which inevitably leads to them getting involved in petty crime and drugs. Once upon a time, this was a thriving community. You had the play centre, you had clubs, you had the playing fields, which were open to everyone. Those facilities have all been shut down due to government cuts, and we now see the consequences. The area is now also a hotbed of drug use and drug dealing. You have local dealers and dealers from outside the area coming here for business. This area has been forgotten about by the authorities, by the council, by the police. We know the local councillors. They don't care. The police are rarely seen here. If you're a criminal, this area is an attractive option to come and operate in. If the council puts money into the area, as they did many years ago, a lot of these problems wouldn't exist. Instead, they've made cuts everywhere to vital community services, and we now see the predicted consequences. Sergeant Morris, who is from the Foleshill Neighbourhood Policing Team, said he would welcome residents joining them on their patrols of the area. He added, "Knife crime is scary, and I absolutely understand the local strength of feeling on this. That's why ending knife crime is an absolute priority for us." Next to hurty word crime. From inputs at schools and colleges, searches of parks, targeted uniform and plainclothes patrols, installing secure weapons bins and more, we're working on this issue from all angles. There are active investigations into 4 robberies or threats made with knives reported to us in the area around Spider Park, Eagle Street and Leicester Causeway between January and March. After the record lows of lockdown, some crimes, like car crime and domestic abuse, are up in Foleshill, reflecting what's happening across the West Midlands. There are, however, very slight decreases in robbery and knife crime in the area. We'd welcome local people joining us on patrol. They'd be joining hundreds of other people across the city who, as part of Coventry's 26th Street Watch schemes, patrol their area, getting to know people and reporting problems they find to us, the council, or anyone else who can provide a solution. Members get training and high-vis jackets. They do as much as they can when they can. There are already 7 Street Watch schemes in parts of Foleshill. However, it seems that what Sergeant Morris is talking about and what the local community are doing are 2 different things. The Foleshill community are talking about keeping their patrols low-key, whereas the police initiative gives people high-vis jackets and no doubt an ego to boost. Perfect for all the Karens who then call the police over everything they don't like or don't want to see, whether it's criminal or not. Besides, the local group who are going out are doing it to try and help prevent serious crimes from occurring, and I've got absolutely no doubt that most will be happy to intervene if if they see some teenage twat trying to rob someone. Whereas the street watch scheme seems full of people who will run, hide behind a bush, call the police, and whose presence seems more of a publicity stunt than an actual preventative measure. Very big thank you to channel supporters, especially these guys. Your support is truly appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, as I know many of you will, and until next time, stay safe, look after each other, film the police and other officials.